too much content killed the Marvel movies? Oh my gosh, this is like a whole redux of the comic industry in movie form, but they also just like don't acknowledge what the actual problems are. It's not the content, it's too much subpar content that's out there. That's the main problem. Of course, they've just gone out there and done things that fans don't want, flooded the market with it. They'll give you one little cookie here and there. They might give you a Fantastic Four movie that's somewhat watchable in the middle of all these other movies, which are like, why would I even bother seeing that? It's really, really crazy, and that's exactly what's going on. Of course, James Gunn's doing the same stupid thing with DC, and of course, pushing out all this woke content that's going to be a disaster as well. Nothing's going to change because it's the same people involved again. I don't think that doing, one release every year or two versus one release every 6 months or 3 or 4 times a year changes things very much. And they're kind of doing that already. I mean, you've got all these HBO Max Peacemaker shows. Then you've got, what was that, Creature Commandos animated show going out on Max. You've got all this stuff exactly coming out through the DC universe just like this. So it's not like it's changed at all. So this is, again, just like a pot calling kettle black. It is also missing the point of all the politics which have destroyed things, the poor writing choices that have destroyed things. And, all of these people just need to go away. I don't think James Gunn's Superman, I'm going to go on record right now, is going to be very good whatsoever. I think it is going to be an anti-Trump allegory that's going to be very, very painful to watch for everybody out there. They're not going to market it as such. That's kind of where we're at in 2025. They're not removing woke from anything. They're just not marketing it. Even Marvel with Ironheart isn't going out there going, this is black girl magic like they used to. But they are doing the exact same thing with a black female Iron Man replacement who's just better than Iron Man. And they're putting drag queens in it and the like. They just don't advertise it, like I said. And that's exactly why these companies are just never going to change. They're evil. They're trying to push agendas on you always, all the time. And this goes to the comic book industry as well. And that's exactly why we have this channel to call this out. It's exactly why I am the most dangerous name in comics, banned from everywhere, from conventions to Kickstarter to Indiegogo, all because they don't want a real competitive voice out there who knows what they're doing on the writing side. And that's what we're building here, guys. So we're building a new movement about quality storytelling. Again, characters that develop, worlds that actually matter, none of the multiverse garbage that's being spewed out there from all this stuff. That's where they're having massive problems. We'll get into what James Gunn's saying in just a minute, so please hit the like and subscribe button. Join us here. And guys, I have a comic book Substack where I'm pushing my Flying Sparks story one page at a time. Every single day you get a new page. We are going to be building this up, and this is some wonderful stuff. We hit over 100 subscribers today. I've just been pushing it this week, growing really, really fast because we need independent stories. We need independent superheroes, and this is the way to, of course, move it forward. I love Substack. It's a great free speech platform. It's in the description below. Sign up, guys. Make sure you don't miss the pages. It's absolutely free to sign up, and appreciate everybody who supports, and appreciate everybody who's helped us grow this far. This is where it's at. I also have a newsletter and an online web store if you do want to purchase my books and actually support our channel. It's great to do so, and I appreciate everybody who reads. So let's get into this. So James Gunn is out there. He says he's clarifying his comments now. He said Marvel was killed by Disney executives for demanding a constant churn of content. Now, it's not that hard to just come out with a TV series every year. And like, if you think about the amount of content that they come out with, they do 2 or 3 TV series every year. They do a total of like 24 episodes, 8 episodes of Agatha, 8 episodes of Ironheart. How many did Echo have, right? I don't even remember. But you look at these and it's like, if they put out 3 of those series a year, that's like 24 episodes. That's like one season of a show. So if you looked at the 1990s shows when they'd come out with this, Star Trek The Next Generation or whatever, they'd have 24, 26 episodes. Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman would have that. Smallville would have that. And it wouldn't be a problem for one cast and crew to do all that. Now, these ones have multiple casts and crews, and they're only responsible for 8 episodes. So why would that be a problem for them to come out with? It shouldn't be. The problem is they're hiring people based on identity politics. They're hiring people, they want to hire, females to write these male-centric universes, which should be action, adventure, superhero shows, and they want to turn them into something else, like a dramedy, something for women and wine ants. Well, guess what? It's not going to work out because that's not what the property is. It's very, very obvious. And so all these choices have been made trying to push of course, feminism through things, to push the leftist agenda, to push LGBTQIA plus everything, and the plus is for pedophile, of course, and of course to push the whole like black people should replace white people narrative out there. That's what's killing things pretty easily. And every time you do that in the writer's room, even, with the characters. You just end up with a train wreck every single time. So yeah, the problem is they have a lot of content you got to follow, but it's all crappy content you got to follow. They're not putting anything good out there, and that's the main problem with this. So he says, as a longtime Marvel producer said that privately to me, I don't know if it's really their fault. And he claimed that wasn't fair, it isn't right, and it killed them. As he concurred with this. From there, he shared the lesson he's taken away from Marvel's struggles. We have to treat every project as if we're lucky. Yeah, you do. That's true. We don't have a mandate to a certain amount of movies or TV shows every year. We're going to put out everything we think is the highest quality. We're going to do some good things and some not so good things. Yeah. Admitted way up front. Oh my gosh. But hopefully, on average, everything will be as high a quality as possible. Nothing goes before there's a screenplay that I am personally happy with. Now, he's already going off the rails. Of course, on the heels of the Superman movie, he's going to do a Supergirl movie, and the Supergirl movie is based off of Tom King's train wreck of a deal called Supergirl, Superwoman of Tomorrow. Oh my gosh, painful stuff. And because of all that, that is again a nihilistic story with a hero who's not a hero, who causes problems. It's a revenge story. It's an endless, dreary sort of thing, taking a super property, which is like a lighthearted, fun thing, and making it not lighthearted and not fun once again. So you're going to have the wrong tone set for this universe right away on the second project in, with a feminine replacement character for Superman right away. Instead of building something a little bigger, they would have done this kind of thing, and that's it. And it's really ridiculous that this is happening already. So James Gunn, of course, is not paying attention, has missed the mark, does not know what he's talking about already, and this is going to bode very, very ill for the DC universe going forward. Now, like I said, I think Superman already is abandoning the motto "Truth, Justice, and the American Way" in the movie, because he's going to be the human way. That's what they're putting on the product right now. So painful on that level. He is abandoning America in the deal, and of course going into foreign countries, and then of course criticizing the president and the like, which is a big allegory for Donald Trump. It is going to be some ugly stuff, and I expect their little replacement hero side characters to actually steal the show, because they don't like to have the white male be the hero. That's why they have Mr. Terrific, a black guy, in there. That's why they have Hawk Girl, who's going to end up being a lesbian or something in there. That's why they're going to be developing Supergirl and the like as well. They're doing the same mistakes that Marvel did right away, trying to force people into these diversity options and hoping that the spin-offs work because they were in the Superman movie first. So it's like reverse engineering it. So like Marvel was building all these characters, and they're like, now they're going to be the Avengers, the new Avengers, right? And they're going to hope that you'll watch it in order to watch that Avengers movie later. They're doing it backwards now. They're putting all of them in here, hoping that you're going to watch their spin-off movies just because they were in the Superman movie first. We'll see if it works. It seems like a crazy identity politics-ridden thing to me already. I see a lot of people are already excited about this film. It's just because Superman as a brand, and James Gunn did Guardians of the Galaxy, so they're hoping that's a thing. So he backtracks it on a post on Threads. He says, to be clear, and is clear in the next context of the interview, I didn't say it killed them, more like they're over, but they were screwed by the situation they had no control over. They're on the other side of that now, which is good. Marvel's not on the other side of that. They're still declining in viewership. The sacrifice everything for streaming craze killed so many good things by forcing a demand for content that couldn't possibly be met, putting movies on TV before they had a proper theatrical run, and much more. The insanity has died down and balanced out everywhere, thank God. Now, this is ridiculous, and clear he doesn't understand the business portion of this whatsoever, because they're still doing the exact same things. I mean, you can get all these movies on Disney Plus just a couple months later. I mean, Captain America Black is there. It's like, I don't know that it's doing any better there than it's been doing in the theaters whatsoever, because, it doesn't matter whether it's on a streaming platform or it's in the movies, but people are not going and seeing the movies. All of these movies are underperforming even now at Marvel. They're not on the back end of that. They're not getting better on that. Now, Superman, I think, will be a bit of an outlier for the current trends, but I don't expect that it's going to be a billion-dollar movie like it could be if it was done right and if it was done with a purpose in mind that people would actually love. And so I think that we're still going to see a bit of a decline, even for the biggest movies out there. The Batmans, the Supermans are not going to hit the marks that they used to, is because everybody's burnt out on the nonsense. And it's not because there's too much content. Is because there's too much crap out there, and it just sullies the universe. Like, why do you even want to bother when it's like, okay, I have to share this Superman movie with like a gay Hawk Girl or whatever? And I don't know that they've done that yet because I haven't seen it, but that's what they've done in DC Comics. And if they're doing it in the comics, you know what's coming next in the movies almost every time. They just follow that game plan, and it's destroyed the comic shops in the instance. So it's going to destroy the movie theater also. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Please hit the like and subscribe button, and of course, the real way forward is independent stories that matter, universes that matter, and this is what we're building here. Sign up for my Substack in the description below. Really appreciate you guys being here. We'll be back soon.